Hey guys, Chad here from Take It or Leave It, here with a quick movie review for a little film called Influencer. The synopsis is as follows. While struggling on a solo backpacking trip in Thailand, social media influencer Madison meets CW, who travels with ease and shows her a more uninhibited way of living, but CW's interest in her takes a darker turn. So let's get right into the pros and the cons, starting with the pros. To be honest, I wasn't really vibing with this movie 20 minutes in. It just felt way too lifetimey to me, and I didn't really know what to make of it. It was definitely not something I expected, but then when we got to about the 25-minute mark, I realized, holy shit, this is totally on purpose, because then the movie really got started. And it turned out that that 25 minutes was just used to kind of set the foundation for the film, and I really actually ended up liking that pivot that the film took. That was actually really cool. And while the first act was definitely information gathering and build-up, acts 2 and 3 steadily ratchet up the pace, the tension, the suspense, and the mystery. And I was fully engaged and entertained for those 2 acts. And so much about what works with this film is Cassandra No, who steals the show. She really brought a lot of layers and intricacies to her performance. For example, the quick personality changes that she did so effectively. The way that she moves is very spider or snake-like in her physicality, and she really truly seems like a very dangerous foe in this film. And while Cassandra does steal the show, the rest of the characters in the film are significant to the plot in ways you might not expect, and I really appreciated that. And all things considered, I really thought that there was a strong mystery and a really great cat and mouse drama and tension and suspense developed during this film. And what really contributed to this, other than Cassandra's great performance, was the really gritty and pulse-pounding musical score that was very reminiscent of something that Atticus Ross and Trent Reznor would have developed. And the cinematography also helped with this. There were a number of really great shots that helped develop suspense, in particular some top-down shots that started as a bird's eye view shot from like the ceiling, and then the camera ended up moving with the characters, and it just really helped to kind of get under my skin. I thought it was really effective, and I can't complain with the movie being filmed in Thailand. It was an utterly gorgeous setting. But now we got to get to some of the issues that I had with the film. First off, a lot of the plot developments are done via social media on cell phone screens, and it's just very distracting and confusing and sometimes hard to follow. And although I really did like that pivot from the first act to the second act, other than some exposition that I'd want to hear again, I might just skip the first act altogether on a rewatch. And to be honest, I'm not really sure if there are any overarching themes or points being made during this film, which kind of made the film feel a little bit more one-dimensional than I'd hoped for. But what also made the film feel very one-dimensional was the fact that I had no idea what the motivation was for Cassandra's character. And this was a big problem for me because we spent the second act of the film mostly following Cassandra's character, and I expected to have a better understanding of who the hell she was, what was driving her, what her goals were, and at the end of the day, I'm just not sure. Is she just a psycho? Is she obsessed? I don't know. I'm not sure, and that really is a problem for me. And while there were a few eye-rolling sequences in which characters were kind of being dumb or some conveniences were occurring, it was really the ending and it being very predictable and somewhat anticlimactic that just kind of left a bad taste in my mouth. By the end of the movie, I just kind of felt like, oh, okay, cool, now what? And I think that ending might have been better for me if I thought that I understood what the motivations of the villain was and the overarching points or themes that the filmmakers were kind of touching on and trying to make. If there was some of that involved, I think this ending could have worked, but because those are just kind of absent, the film just deflated and puttered out. And at the end of the day, it's these missing pieces that keep this film as more of a one-dimensional but solid little thriller rather than graduating it to a more significant piece of filmmaking. There are definitely elements of Gone Girl, Missing, Psycho, and The Social Network, at least the musical score from The Social Network, in this film. And if all of that sounds interesting to you, I would say definitely check this out. Just manage your expectations a little bit. And I'm going to give Influencer a 6.7 out of 10. But those are just my thoughts. Take it or leave it. What do you guys think? Have you heard of this film? Have you seen it? Do you agree with what I was saying? Or do you think it's fantastic? Let me know what you think down in the comments section. Let's talk about it. And guys, as usual, thank you so much for stopping by my channel. I really appreciate it. Don't be afraid to hit that like and subscribe button. And until next time, I'm Chad from Take It or Leave It, and I'll check you later.
Check you later. Check you later.
Hey man, get off my case.
Oh man. Chicks don't want to hear that shit.